Hello and welcome to Cracking the Cryptic. Now today this is going to be my attempt at one of the monthly club specials from the Times Crossword Club, and these are special in a way in that these are vicious cryptic crosswords, so they'll push me to the absolute limits and possibly beyond, and we'll see how this one goes. Now that we've got into January, I can try December's and assume that if I get it right, it'll tell me at the end. So starting at 3 minutes on the timer, so I can take that off my final time. One across. Furious driver called out Gateschall's initial and forename. Well, that was Hugh Gateschall. Furious driver. Juggernaut, something to do with that? No. G and Hugh. I suppose there was Elizabeth Gateschall, but that doesn't make sense. Don't really understand what's going on there. One down. Australian blue bottle. Probably a policeman. I think that's a slang term for a policeman. Bound to be under dunny, which is an Australian word for a toilet. So loo something, bound, leap, tide, don't know. Two down. Holy Orders private teasing in Powys Town. So some Welsh town, presumably. Holy, or it could be a holy order for the definition. Private teasing. Teasing. I don't know. 10 across. Supposedly superior part of Ginger Baker's kit. Yeah, well, Ginger Baker was a drummer in Cream and other bands, so hi-hat is a part of the drummers, often not spelt with the GH. I think hi-hat can be an adjective meaning sort of uppity, so supposedly superior. I'm happy with that. Australian blue bottle John would work now as the John something. I don't know what an Australian calls a policeman. John Bound in 3 letters. Hop. I don't know. You see, this is something to do with Juggernaut. Called out. Gates, furious driver called out. So maybe Jehu. That is a furious driver. G is presumably pronounced Jehu, which is the sound of Gateschall's initial and his forename. I thought it was a Muslim thing. I don't know what Jehu is, but it's the right answer. 2 down. Holy Orders private teasing in Powys Town. Holy, hallowed, or something. Is this a Huguenots? Are they a holy order? I don't think so. I don't know what the Powys Town would be, beginning with H, probably. Let's have a look at the long one. 9. Glow, phosphorescence or something, of reddish purple around radioactive ring, basically knocking out nurse. Well, it's such a long clue. There's so many bits. I mean, it could begin with phosphor something, but it could easily not. Reddish purple. Could even be an anagram of reddish purple. That would be 1 letter short. I don't know. 4 down. Drink or drugs, nearly filling each Madeira maturation chamber. There's a lot going on there as well. Drink or drugs, nearly filling. I don't know. Going to have to move on to more cold solving. Words with no letters in the grid. 3. Bouquet's triple essence in mineral water for syrup producer. Syrup can be a wig, so that could be misleading for a kind of a toupee maker or something. Bouquet's triple essence in mineral water. Evian or something? I don't know. 8 down. right on the corner. Small type protecting French from the person who's uncivil to the bard. So I think we're looking for a definition of somebody rude in Shakespeare's language. Small type protecting French from. So de or day, pica is a small type. Don't know. Let's have a look at 17 down because it would give us lots of first letters at least. Water coolers with stemmed cups for ventriloquists. Oh, haven't got a Scooby. 12 across, long one. Book date for dancing in Torchwood, Captain's Embrace. Torchwood is a spin-off of Doctor Who because it's an anagram of Doctor Who, but I don't know, I can't surely be meant to know anything more about it. Book, probably book. Book seems like the definition. Date for dancing. So that could be an anagram of date for in the middle of this. So Board of Treasure or something. Torchwood Captain. I mean, I think I'm probably meant to know something about that series, Torchwood, and I'm afraid I've never watched it. 13. From Scotland, a little deer trophy is brought back. Little could be a mickle in Scotland or something, but maybe it could be. I'm tempted elk cup would be puckle backwards. But the trouble is, elk isn't a little deer. It's quite a big one, isn't it? Oh, that's quite tempting though. Puckle sounds like a very Scottish word for a little. And that would allow John Hop, which is possible, bound to be hop. Tempted to put it in, but it might be taking too many chances. So 2 down. Holy Order's private teasing in Town. High something? Just don't know. 4 down. Oh no, we've looked at that. Shall I put in puckle and hop? Maybe not. 17 across. Time to follow brilliant Arabian man, the first man in Middle Eastern religion. The first man, Adam, in Middle Eastern ME. I mean, that's just too much letters already when the whole beginning looks like wordplay as well. Time to follow brilliant Arabian man. Okay, 5 down. Gunners called up, approve, final battle. RA for the Royal Artillery for the gunners. Probably. Called up, rang or rung, written upwards. Ragnarok. That is something from Norse mythology. You've got RA, rang backwards, and then OK, which means approve. As a verb. I mean, that's got to be right. I didn't know it was the final battle there, the Norse Armageddon, presumably. Within range, land one type of whitefish. Looks like a hidden gelando. That looks like a plausible word. I wish I'd heard of it, but I haven't. But it could easily be a type of whitefish. Anyway, let's assume that's right. 7 down, compound that complements you and yours. I don't know what sort of compound we're looking at there. 8 down, small type protecting French from the person who's uncivil to the just don't think I know the small type, which is probably a typeface. 14. Briefly visit crow and parrot. Drop in, call on. Oh, I don't know. Crow can be a verb, obviously meaning brag or something. Parrot can mean to repeat. Oh, well, let's have a look at the long one. 6 down. Like mercury and potassium, metallic element is found in most of savoury tart. Flan? Like mercury could be the whole definition, but it can't be the planet because it would need a capital. So it's got to be the element. Fickle or something? I don't know. Metallic element is. Oh, quiche. Most of quiche. Quicksilverish. Yeah, okay, let's get rid of gelando because that's not looking so good. If quicksilverish is a word, and I think it is, this is looking good. So you've got K and silver and is. Yeah, K for potassium, metallic element silver is all found in most of quiche. You get quicksilverish. Quicksilver is an old word for mercury. Whew. Okay, so we've got a Q in 3 across. Bouquet's triple essence. So that, yeah, that means the 3 central letters of bouquet. UQU, that's hard to pronounce. And the syrup is a wig, perruquier. Let me spell that right. That's a wig manufacturer. Perrier is the mineral water. That's quite nice. 4 down. Drink or drugs nearly filling each Madeira maturation chamber. Eatage. No, that can't be drink. Each can be EA, so I kind of want this to begin EA now, but it's not obvious. Now that wasn't a hidden. Within range, land 1 type of whitefish. Iran? No. 7 down. Ooh, so forget the N in the middle. Compound that complements you and yours. I and mine makes I mine, which is some sort of, well, it is a compound, I'm sure. 8 down. Now the small type begins with R, doesn't necessarily have whatever I had before an O in it. So rude something is still possible. Ooh. So within range, land 1 type of whitefish. What can land be? Maybe the 3 letters with an I in the middle before the 1 being that I. I don't even know what the range would be though on the outside. Arga? I don't know. Now 12. Heart of Darkness. That would fit. Joseph Conrad novel. That's got, yes, that's got Art of D as the anagram for date for. So Captain Harkness must be the Torchwood captain. And I suspect that's a reference to some other literary stuff. So John Hop looks good now. I'm almost tempted to put in Puckle, except it doesn't seem to go with the 2 down one. Private teasing in Palace Town. Harlech? No, not quite. Should I put in Puckle? 9. The glow. Photo lumin something. Reddish purple. Glow of reddish purple. That could be photo something. Around radioactive hot ring O. So reddish purple is puce. Photo loose. That would be puce around hot. Oh no, that's no good because the L isn't indicated. So basically knocking out nurse. Photo. And just glow. So to photoluminesce would be to glow. You've got puce, except it's got hot OL in some of it and mines in some of the rest of it. I like this. Reddish purple, puce around hot O. Basically, lumines. I don't know. I'm going to leave it in. I'm going to try putting puckle in as well. I quite like that. What's this 4 down now? This is a weird shape of word now. Drink or drugs, nearly filling each Madeira maturation chamber. I just don't know what this is getting at all. I mean, the T's maybe not absolutely certain, but I'm really confident about the E and the F. Drink or drugs. What's going on here? Oh, hierarchy. Okay, let's forget hi-hat now. I mean, the H might have just been lucky, or it might not be photoluminescence. I might be on the wrong track there. But let's go with hierarchy here because teasing is arch. I don't know what private is doing in the clue. Heptarchy, that's better. Private could be PT. Hey, H-E-Y for a Powys town. Possible hay on Y is in Powys. Supposedly superior part. I don't know. It's not right yet, is it? What's the private? I don't even know what the town is. Hagiarchy. How about that? GI for private. Arch for teasing. Hay, H-A-Y. Hay on Y. I know it's on the Welsh border. I actually thought it was on the English side. Sorry, everybody. Let's go back to hi-hat. Leaves us still with this problem at 4 down. Drink or drugs, nearly filling each Madeira maturation chamber. I don't even know how the clue's working, but I think we're getting somewhere there. Now, 8 down's got an S in it, so day, D-E-S, could be the French from the small type would have to be R-U and either 2 more letters or 3 more beginning with S. Rudes. I probably know this type and I can't think of it. What does that give us for this 11 across? Within range grid? Land 1. Gad. To range around can be to gad around. So land. I mean, it is 3 letters with an I in the middle, I think. I think we're looking at that. To win, get a Gwyniad, and that rings the vaguest of bells as a fish. Might have seen it once before in a listener puzzle. Briefly visit, pop in, a crow, a jay, and then we get some sort of, a popinjay is a preening prancer based on some sort of bird life, so there we go. So now this is Ruby, Rudesby. Ruby is a type, I think, a typeface. There we go. I'm very happy with all this except for 4 down at the top. Drink or drugs, nearly filling each. Maybe stuff could be a word for drink or drugs. So nearly means take the last letter off, and filling each gives us stufa, which could be a Portuguese word for a maturation chamber or a wine industry word, maybe. Monkey. I'm confident. I think that's going to be right. Monkeys with judge and impeaches involving leader of house. One's very topical, but the leader of house is surely the letter H here. Monkeys, judge is the J, so we're looking for monkeys beginning with J, and I'm not sure I know a species of monkey beginning with a J. Gelada begins with a G, might be pronounced Gelada anyway. Impeaches. As well as the presidential meaning, you can impeach someone's honesty. I don't know, no. I suppose to monkey with somebody, monkeys with, can be to mess with it, or 17. So there's this long one again. Time to follow. So T at the end, surely. Brilliant Arabian man. First man in Middle Eastern religion. Oh, maybe the whole thing is the Adam equivalent in Islam. You're right, it doesn't seem likely. Brilliant be. So 3 letters maybe ending in Y. What's the first man in Middle Eastern religion? Don't know. Let's try 18. Turns out, everts maybe? Stone cold. The writers. Evicts, because that's to turn someone out of their home. Ive is the writers. Yes, stone, ST, C for cold, Ive for the writers, all reversed. So, monkeys with jug and impeaches. Accuses. Jackuses, spelt like Bacchuses. To impeach is to accuse. I mean, that's very possible. Could almost be Jackushes as well. I don't know it, but to base some sort of word on the classical Bacchus with a J, that is possible. Some of Plato's characters steeped in Solecism. Well, Plato would have used size as some of his characters or letters, and it's hidden in Solipsism. 19 down. Possible effect of barber's rash. Evacuation of silly. That looks like SY once you've evacuated the other letters. And one of Dodecanese Isles. Yeah, well, let's go with Kos, assuming the C spelling. IS for Isles, and psychosis, spelt like that, without a P and an H. Some sort of facial injury. Bad applications, misuses or disuses, with disadvantages making all poles the same. Minuses, but you make all the N's and S's, which are the poles, north and south, the same, and you could get misuses. 20 down. Ginger's family has M. I am excluded from vocal set. Ginger's family. The Rogerses, or Ginger Baker we had earlier, but I don't think he's likely here. No, I don't know. This could end in morphic, 21 across. Layout, morning hard copy with mixed sex features. I think it's an anagram of morning hard copy. I think it does end in morphic. What other letters do we have then? O-Y. It's difficult to work out. Morphic. So we take M-O-R. We've got Ning left. Ard, Koi. See, Ard, Oi, N-N-G. Gynandromorphic. There we go. The anagram in my head. We get a word made up of woman and man swapping, or morphic changing. That must be a word. I've heard of androgyny, so you can put man and woman in that order. Right, 20. Ginger's family. These two M's are very odd. Ginger's family has M. I am excluded from vocal set. No, so whatever Ginger's family is, with EM instead of IM in it. I don't know if I'm going to know that. That's a really oddly constructed word for the answer. 22. Small lump, node, not the last, on Edmund Spencer's pate. They wouldn't put both Spencer's names in unless if they were both being used in the definition. So I think that's ED for Edmund instead. Small lump, 3 letters. It's just that pate. There are some words like knot and knoll that mean something to do with the head. It would be odd for that to end in ED with the Edmund. Try 17 down again. Water coolers with stemmed cups. For ventriloquists, okay, ventriloquists pronounce things oddly. So, goblets, they'd have to say goglets. Could be water coolers. Not a word I know, but I quite like the wordplay there. Time to follow brilliant Arabian man. The first. This is some name from a Middle Eastern religion. That's going to make it very hard to guess at. Gay could be brilliant in this case. Time. Can't be T here. First man in Middle Eastern religion. Omar might be an Arabian name meaning brilliant, or Umar. Gayomart. And you see, that could be the name of the first man in some origin story of a religion I don't know. Madame's shattered. Record at university. It's clear to me. Madame can be MME. Just be looking at an anagram of Madame's, but that doesn't seem likely. Record could be EP. Then university could be U, or at university can be up. Épuisé is a French word for shattered. That's good, yes. EP for the record, U for university, and IC for it's clear to me. And I think that's a female French word for exhausted. So now, a small lump, not the last, on Edmund Spencer's plate. Now, I don't know. Nold. No, it's got an ED. Such an odd ending. Right, too funny in Beadle's name, having head replaced by stone mason's art. Now, interesting that there's a gap between stone and mason, so I think we have to break that phrase. We have to replace the head of something with ST. So that looks like it's going to begin the word. Too funny. Oh no, the whole thing will be a mason's art, but it can hardly begin with stone, given that stone's in the clue. Steve. OTT, is that too funny? Oh well, last clue I haven't looked at yet. 16 down. Nothing for Gainsbourg, so rien, surely. In piano groove, P rut for kind of blue, and you get prurient. Excellent. You see, I just don't know. I don't know which Arabian name means brilliant. Omar and Umar are very equal possibilities. Gayomart. I mean, I'm going to go with that. It's possible. If I've got a problem at the end, it's very likely to be there. Now, am I going to be able to do these last 3 clues anyway? 20 down. Ginger's family. I mean, what does it even mean? Oh, maybe ginger the herb or spice. Has that got a Latin named family that would fit this? Has M, maybe it begins with M, and then I'm excluded from the set of vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Oh, with I excluded. So A, E, O, U. There's just not enough going on. M and I. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I think the vocal can be an adjective meaning of vowels as well as of voices. So I think the vocal set is A, E, I, O, U. No. Look, if we imagine a set of am, im, and we exclude m and im, we get am, and amomum. That's lovely. I mean, it's a weird clue. So what the clue's saying there is that there's a set of similar words with vocal changes, meaning the vowel changes in them. Am, im, in order. And we're excluding m and I'm from that. That's mad. So, summertime would fit here or something. It's too funny. In Beadle's name. It's not Jeremy Beadle, is it? So. Having head. Oh, it could be. Replaced by stone. So, okay, I'm going to postulate a word, stereotomy. Now, if you've got Jeremy for Jeremy Beadle with his head, J, replaced by ST for stone, then you've got steremy. And then we've put OTO in that, which is two in a funny way, anagrammed. Whoa. 22 down. Small lump, not the last, on Edmund Spencer's pate. Yes, okay, it's nodule without the last letter on Edmund, which is D. You get null. So when I put in this L, will it tell me I'm right? Yes, Geomart was right. I'm just going to check that word in Chambers to see if Chambers knows Geomart. It doesn't. So that's pretty obscure from presumably an origin story from some Middle Eastern religion. Hats off to you if you knew that. Frankly, hats off to you if you knew any of the words in this puzzle. I mean, look at everyone. I certainly didn't really know Gwynedd. Huckle feels like a word, but I wouldn't have known it. Geomart, obviously not. I didn't know gynandromorphic was a word. Stereotomy, John Hop, Goglitz, hagiarchy. I knew there were variants of this null word, but I wouldn't have known how to spell it. Estufa, amomum. That's the oddest word in some ways. Jackasses, maybe that is. Rudesby, and that's psychosis. Okay, I didn't know a lot of those words, but it just shows you can get to the end of these puzzles with kind of a knowledge of how cryptic clues work and how compilers' minds work, but also some useful kind of sensible guessing. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this was of some interest to you. If you've got this far, it must have been. And I hope to see you again. We'll do another of these next month, obviously, but I hope to see you again soon, something more regular on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.